Every piece of AI software you're paying for in self-storage, it's a wrapper. A fancy interface built on top of 5 massive AI engines that you can access directly. Today, I'm going to show you exactly which 5 engines power everything, what each one does best for storage operators, and how to cut out the middleman forever. Here's what's happening right now. Companies are taking these 5 AI engines, OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, Meta, and XAI, and wrapping them in pretty software with a monthly subscription. They call it AI for self-storage, but all they're really doing is adding a user interface on top of the same engines you could use yourself. ChatGPT, Jasper, Copy.ai, WriteSonic. These are all wrappers. The intelligence doesn't come from them. It comes from the big 5 underneath. So why are you paying for the wrapper when you can use the engine directly? Let's start with number 1, Claude, built by Anthropic. I call Claude the architect because it doesn't just answer questions, it builds things. Hand it a leased CSV and it can generate a full website. Give it a legal scenario and it drafts the addendum. Ask it to analyze your market and it delivers a report. Those are just a few examples. And the reality is, Claude can handle almost anything you throw at it. Writing, coding, reasoning, strategy. The capabilities are nearly limitless. The key is that Claude produces finished deployable work, not summaries, not suggestions, real output you can use today. Think about the flow. Your data goes into Claude. Claude processes it with deep reasoning and outcome finished products, websites, documents, analysis, automations, whatever you need. That's the difference between a wrapper and an engine. The engine does the actual work. Number 2, Gemini, built by Google. Here's why Gemini is powerful for storage operators. It lives inside Google Workspace. That means it has context across your Gmail, your Google Ads, your Sheets, your Maps, everything. It can see your customer conversations, your ad performance, your financial data, all at once. But those are just starting points. Gemini can automate workflows you haven't even thought of yet. Scheduling, reporting, customer follow-ups, competitive research, content creation. Anywhere Google touches your business, Gemini can make it smarter, and it costs you less than $50 a month. Look at the ecosystem. Gmail, Ads, Sheets, Maps, all connected through one brain. That's not 4 separate tools. That's one intelligence with 4 arms, and those are just the integrations that exist today. Google is adding more every month. The possibilities keep expanding. Number 3, Grok, built by XAI. Grok is your intelligence officer. Because it's built on X, formerly Twitter. It has access to real-time social data that no other AI has. It can monitor competitor reviews, track local sentiment, spot market shifts as they happen. And that's just scratching the surface. Grok can analyze trends, identify opportunities, and give you insights that would take a human analyst days to compile. The use cases are wide open. Anytime you need to know what's happening right now in your market, Grok is the one to ask. Picture your facility at the center of a radar. Grok is scanning everything around you. Competitor complaints, price changes, service failures, new developments, and feeding those signals back to you as actionable opportunities. Real-time intelligence for your local market. And that radar keeps getting sharper. Number 4, Meta's Llama. This one is different from the others. Llama is open source, which means you can run it on your own computer. Your data never leaves your building, never touches a cloud server, never gets seen by anyone but you. That opens up use cases the other engines can't touch. Internal pricing strategies, employee procedures, sensitive financials, acquisition analysis, anything you wouldn't want on someone else's server. And because it runs locally, you can customize it however you want. The possibilities are as deep as your willingness to experiment. Number 5, OpenAI, the original. ChatGPT started the whole revolution, and it remains incredibly versatile. Text, images, voice, code, analysis. OpenAI can handle a huge range of tasks out of the box. It's the most widely adopted AI in the world for good reason. Here's the key insight. In a world where each of the big 5 has a specialty, the smartest move is using all of them for what they do best. Claude for building, Gemini for Google integration, Grok for real-time intel, Meta for privacy. OpenAI fills in every gap in between. Together, they cover everything. Now, here's where it gets really powerful. The big five are the brains, but brains alone do not run a business. You need a full agentic system. Think of it as four layers working together. First, the brains. That is the big five we just covered. They do the thinking, the reasoning, the generating. Second, memory. This is critical. Your AI needs to remember your tenants, your pricing history, your past decisions, your facility's unique quirks. This is your data layer, your client-owned memory that no vendor controls. You own it. It lives in your vault. Third, SOPs and processes. These are the playbooks that tell the AI how your business actually operates. When a tenant is 30 days late, what is the sequence? When a new lead comes in, what is the follow-up cadence? Your standard operating procedures encoded as instructions the AI follows. And fourth, the hands, the tools that let the AI actually take action. Claude writing your website, Gemini sending your emails, agents making your collection calls. The hands execute what the brains decide based on what memory knows, following the processes you have defined. That is a complete system. Brains, memory, processes, hands, working together autonomously. Let me give you a quick example of how this works in practice. Say a tenant is 15 days past due. StoreSync pulls that delinquency data from your FMS in real time. Your client-owned memory already knows this tenant's payment history, their communication preferences, and that they paid late twice before, but always responded to a text message. Your SOP says at 15 days, send a friendly reminder via their preferred channel before escalating. So Storage Claude, your agent framework, coordinates the action. Claude drafts a personalized text message using the tenant's history. The message goes out automatically. 3 hours later, the tenant pays. No human touched it. No one copied data between systems. The brain's thought, the memory informed, the process guided, and the hands executed. That is one example, but this same pattern applies to lead follow-up, move-in onboarding, review responses, pricing adjustments, reporting, and dozens of other workflows. The system scales to whatever you need. Here's your new stack, your data and memories owned by you, your SOPs and processes written by you, the agent layer, your instructions and rules, and the big five, the brains. That's it. No middleman software taking a cut, no proprietary platforms locking you in. You own everything. The big five do the thinking. StoreSync feeds the data. Storage Claude gives them hands. And unlike wrapper software, this stack grows with you. Every new capability the big five release, you get automatically. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe. I'm putting out new content every week on how to use AI to actually run your storage business, not just talk about it. And if you want to go deeper, I've got a free school community where we break all of this down step by step. The link is in the description below. Come hang out, ask questions, and start building. I'll see you inside.